At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibraville. Today's Friday. The market is turning around. Look, things are looking good, but still, I'm not convinced we're out of the woods yet. I hope we are. I want to be wrong. I don't want us to see some sort of black swan event, but that's what they are when no one sees them coming, right? And that's what I'm trying to do here is figure out. We know the coins that are pumping. That's already been established. It's trying to find the edges, trying to find certain events to front run, trying to tie dots together. And I think the thing that I'm most interested in right now is the Maralago Accord. And there's not much has been publicly talked about it, but ever since Brad and Stuart Elderati went down to Maralago and met with Trump, I think there was a lot more going on behind the scenes than we're all led to believe. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. And then when Blackrock launches their ETFs, that's game time. All the other smaller companies, that's great. But when Blackrock comes, that's when things start to change. So that's what we're looking for. The Blackrock ETFs, especially the XRP one. That's what I think will be the catalyst that starts to send XRP to numbers retail can't move it to. So check it out. These bubbles, Miggles. Look at that. 30% jump by the day. What are we at now? 3.5, almost 3.5 cents. I mean, geez, it's been a bad couple months. But you know what? I'm glad Miggles didn't get listed on Coinbase yet, because now we can use the Coinbase speculation as hype again. So nice run up to almost 16 cents. I can't see how we're not going to run up to $1. I mean, this is going to be the golden cycle. We did get scammed last cycle. I wasn't around in 27. I owned Chainlink at the very, very end of last cycle. But my friend bought it for me, and I wasn't paying attention. So going back and looking at, we should have hit 100K in 2021. Does that mean we get the full cycle? Is it going to be manipulated because all the ETFs now, what it did to gold and silver? Once you have paper products, it's not really a free market anymore. And I don't want that to happen to crypto, but it seems like it's kind of inevitable. But there's still sectors of this market, blockchains like Pulse Chain, ecosystems like Titan X, where real DeFi is still there. And the stuff happening right now is phenomenal. I mean, the rewards I'm getting right now from the Finvesta ecosystem are mind-blowing compared to what I'm used to getting before being exposed to it. It's wild, but this is the bounce back that we needed to see. So yeah, once again, all right, beating everybody. This 700 to 800 up 6.6%. So we got some. Oh, and look at that, teddy bear is the reason why, and that is in our favorites list. Why? Because we own a fat bag of teddy bear. Let's go. These new listings. I love it. There we go. We're at 7.4% now with the old teddy bear on there. So our memes are going to be the coins that bounce back the hardest. The ones that have communities, yeah, they're still going to do well. Like when I say memes are dead, I'm talking in general, the Solana type run we just had, where things were out of control and there were millions launching every day. And I think that was all a setup to put into people's heads that just think Solana to think meme coin rug pull. They wanted that to be the narrative. I really believe it. I don't think these were stress tests for crypto. I would say more of what Zen was a stress test and forced evolution or forced destruction. I would say those are more stress tests, but they wanted a whole narrative around crypto. They wanted people to think crypto was meme coins and rug pulls and scams. That way they can focus on what they're building without anyone getting in the way. And I think this was so funny that this came up here and they're blaming it on a stress test, but I really don't think it was that. I think it was a more of a bigger narrative to keep retail distracted and keep them out of the coins that are going to be going into the US strategic reserve. But I don't know. I could be wrong. The SEC accepts Franklin Templeton's spot Solana ETF filing. So the narratives are starting to change. You notice how they're really starting to push the utility coins on Solana now. And I'm okay with that. I want coins like ZBEC to do well. I want real world asset coins on Solana. And I think I want to see how if they do put Solana in the strategic reserve and Cardano, because I can't think of anything that is used that they're used for. You know, Stellar's been used by the UN for aid. I mean, all kinds of stuff. MoneyGram, moving money around. It's got its use case. XRP's got its use case. You know, even Bitcoin has its use case as digital gold, the store value, whatever. If people accept it and the United States is going to buy 1 million Bitcoin over the next 10 years, then you know what? It is what it's not about the tech. I'm here for the tech, but clearly it ain't about the tech. But we'll see. This is the one thing that I like. Plans to incorporate staking for investor yield. They're going to be doing this with everything. So once again, this tells me that DeFi is going to be the biggest thing that institutions are going to be coming for. It's all about the yield. And Pulse Chain was built for yield. That's why I love it. And this right here, Blackrock, the XRP ETF is coming. And so far, Bitwise, Grayscale, 21 shares, Canary Capital, Wisdom Tree, Coin Shares, Invesco, VanEck, Fidelity, ARK Invest, Galaxy Digital, Pro Shares, Hashdex, Volatility Shares, and the 2X, and the -1X, and the Franklin Templeton. So BlackRock, when they come, guys, that's game time. 1.5 trillion will come to the XRP ledger. And Paul Barron had a good video about this. He's been doing a lot about XRP lately because he knows. Alex Becker knows. Ivan knows. But I don't know. It's just funny what they ignore and what they choose to talk about. Even with Pulse Chain, Ivan's still playing dumb. But you know, he's playing to his crowd. I get it. This right here, I don't know if this is real or not, but supposedly the SEC has like a portal now where we can submit ideas to them for crypto solutions, crypto, you know, whatever you got, proposals. And allegedly this came in. The SEC posts this document to their website, naming it as a strategic asset for the U.S. The document states the U.S. will begin a pilot program to use XRP for tax refunds and Social Security integrations. Now, I don't know who submitted this, but if they come out and they really say that, you know, we got an anonymous tip from a random citizen on how we should move forward, that's going to be really funny because this stuff has all been worked out on the back end behind the scenes. So I can't wait to see how they spin it. But regardless, we win. We win. The only thing we need here is the law case, the court case to end. And I don't know why they haven't settled this. They've dropped everything. Oh, this is months old. But the Ripple case, you know, what are they waiting for? I don't know. But I think it's important. David Sachs divests 200 million in crypto before his czar roll. Wow. So that dude's going to be a billionaire. These guys are all going to be billionaires. They're all setting themselves up to profit off of this, which, I mean, it's nothing new. But this guy here, Byron Donalds, is a legend. Today, he introduced a bill aimed at ensuring Bitcoin and probably other cryptos held in U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve cannot be sold by future administrations. So if we get Kamala coming in or someone crazy, they're not going to be able to do anything about this. So whatever cryptos end up in there, this is just the Bitcoin reserve, but I'd imagine it's going to be the same thing for the stockpile or whatever they call it. And there was another tweet. Marty Party's a great follow too on Twitter, right here. The SEC 2.0 rule change. The New York Stock Exchange files with the SEC to amend 2 rules to provide optional routing strategy available to Type 1 retail orders. Why does this matter? This could mean better prices for retail traders by expanding where their orders can go to find buyers or sellers. For the market, it's a part of a broader effort to make trading fairer and more efficient. Wouldn't it be trading more fair? I didn't even know fairer was a word. Fairer and funner and more efficient, aligning with SEC goals to protect it, whatever. NASDAQ wants to stay competitive with other exchanges that offer similar options for retail orders. I think they want to stay competitive with Blackrock's exchange that's about to come this year. So I just wonder if in here they say who they're going to be using to settle with on the back end. And I'd imagine it's going to be Overledger, R3 Corda, or Ripple. My guess. But they're going to move everything over to real-time settlement. But I think they have to have a catalyst for this. They need to have a black swan type event. And I think I know what it's going to be. But let's watch this real quick. Our man, Tim Draper. Let me know. Make sure you guys can hear that. So he just said Bitcoin's going to 250K by the end of the year. But this is what is more important, because I remember I've been saying that when XRP's market cap gets really high, people are going to start saying, well, how is this even possible? Yeah, there is no sound to it. All right, so yeah, what the hell? Hold on a second. Let me say something real quick. So I've been saying that when the market caps get up that high, people are not going to understand it. They're not going to comprehend it. How can the market cap of XRP be 20 times greater? There's going to have to be a new way that we value cryptos. And this is what he starts talking about. Oh, why is it still? All right, hold on a second. All right, that should work now.
How much, a dozen eggs or whatever. I think you should be comparing Bitcoin to, how much, a dozen eggs or whatever it is. I think that's a better way to imagine it, because it's almost not fair to compare Bitcoin to the dollar, because if you believe, as I do, that the dollar is an antiquated currency that is not long for this world.
So the dollar is just going straight down against Bitcoin. We know that. I think you should have been able, hopefully, to hear that one right there. I switched the sound off. But that's what's going to happen, guys. There's going to be a new way, either a new stable coin that is backed by gold and other assets that is no longer the fiat dollar. So that new digital dollar is going to have a different value or something than a cash dollar. So Bitcoin's value with that dollar will be $50,000, but to the fiat old dollar, 110,000 or whatever it is. So there's going to be a way that we revalue stuff moving forward. And this guy's a legend. This guy's been involved in XRP super early too. Tim Draper, what's the other guy's name? Kid is his last name, but they all know what's coming. And now the banks don't need to ask permission for certain crypto activities. This is what we need right here. Banks can now provide crypto custody, which was made impossible by SAB 21, which was recently rescinded. Allows banks to take deposits for stablecoin reserves and to host nodes on a blockchain for purposes of participating in stablecoin transactions, including as a validator. And where do the banks already run validators? On what ledger? Come on, chat. What ledger? We know this. The XRP ledger. So this is all coming. It protected banks from the crypto crash. Yeah, okay. That's the way they spin it. That's great. But it's all coming. Changes to the Genius Bill apply to non-interest bearing stablecoins. Yesterday's Senate Banking Committee passed the Genius Act to regulate payment stablecoins. One addition to the bill now excludes stablecoins that offer interest or yield. However, it's not clear that explicitly bans such stablecoins. It's likely that they'll be considered securities. So there's going to be different kinds of stablecoins, it looks like. But it doesn't matter as long as they're all interoperable and you can go take an Amazon dollar and swap it for a Tesla dollar or a Google dollar or a US digital dollar. As long as they're interoperable, it doesn't matter. And that's the future that's coming. This package aimed to clarify the treatment of payment stablecoins that are not issued by a permitted user, aka Tether. Consider the competence, experience, or integrity of key leaders at an applicant's company. Interesting with Tether and the shady leaders there. Prohibit the use of deceptive names by a payment stablecoin. Maintain the status quo as it relates to the master account access at the Federal Reserve. Give customers of a stablecoin super priority over other creditors in bankruptcy. So now we're no longer held hostage. Stablecoins have that instant liquidity. So bank runs and all that can't happen. They can't go underwater. Those reserves are always there, held in a different account. And clarify the stablecoin reserve requirements. So the now updates before the above amendments excluded those interest earning yield, tokenized deposits, also excludes certain types of securities. They can't act offshore. The issuer of an unauthorized stablecoin in the U.S. is subject to penalties of $1 million for each infraction. So, guys, all this is here. They're laying out the framework. This is what we needed. This is what we've asked for, is just clarity, some sort of framework, some sort of path to becoming a legal, decentralized commodity, decentralized cryptocurrency, even security if it needs to be. Just lay it out. Vets, XRP is going to $100 or more. I promise you. It's going to $100 or more. It's pure math. If you look up how much money goes, the DTCC settles, how much SWIFT settles, how much the stock market settles, and you take a maximum of 50 billion XRP and you divide it by the amount of volume moving over the networks, you get the price. Like market cap cannot reflect the value of a network that moves money. It's just not the right metric to value these things. And I like how we're starting to see these guys talking about it now. Yeah. Oh, yeah, bro. If you just look at who was in that room at his meeting, Brian Armstrong, Brad Garlinghouse, Jesse Powell from Kraken. You got all the players in the game. That's what we need. We just need Richard Hart on there. But guys, this is what you need to start looking at. The Maralago Accord. I'm probably going to get this video shadow banned like crazy again on the channel, but I don't care. It's just so important. The US dollar is the global reserve currency because America is the most dynamic economy in the world, and we provide stability and security. As a result, there's upward pressure on the dollar because everyone wants to own it. And right now, the problem has been the dollar has been going up in value, and that cripples every other country. It's not good. So if you've noticed with Trump's tariff threats and everything he's doing, whatever you want to call it, playing bully, negotiating, power moves, he's forcing the dollar down, which is a good thing. When he came in last time for a year straight, the dollar went down. And if he can manage to do that again, that's what we need. He needs rates to go down. We have the biggest problem is our debt is getting refinanced next year. I believe it's next year. And we can't refinance that at 4.25%. It's got to be way lower than that. So Trump is in a war right now with Jerome Powell. He doesn't want to cut, but Trump is going to force his hand. So the Maralago Accord is the idea that the U.S. will give the G7, Middle East, and Latin America security and access to U.S. markets. And in return, these countries agree to intervene to depreciate the U.S. dollar, grow the size of the U.S. manufacturing sector, and solve the U.S. fiscal debt problems by swapping existing government debt with new Treasury 100-year century bonds. Guys, if this isn't kicking the can down the road, this is punting the can down the road with an NFL punter. In short, the idea that the U.S. provides the world with security, and in return, the rest of the world helps push the dollar down in order to help us grow. So this is what it's all about. This is what Trump's doing around the world right now. The first tool is tariffs, which have also been the benefit that tariffs raise the tax revenue for the U.S. government. That's kind of not true. Tariffs, at the end of the day, the best analogy I've heard is there's a tariff on food. So you go to the store and your normal coffee, you got a pound for $10. Well, now you go and that same $10 pound of coffee now has 12 ounces in it. So you're paying for less. So at the end of the day, it's a tax on the people. The second tool is a sovereign wealth fund to likely accumulate foreign currencies such as the euro, JPY, and the RMB to intervene in FX markets to help put additional downward pressure on the dollar. For markets, this raises three questions. The changes that are required to existing U.S. manufacturing production, including eliminating Canada and Mexico from all auto supply chains, will take many years. Can the U.S. achieve the long-term gain without too much short-term pain? Globalization has for decades put downward pressure on U.S. inflation. Will a more segmented global economy with bigger manufacturing sector in the U.S. put too much upward pressure on inflation, given the higher wage costs in the U.S. than in many other countries? With tariffs being implemented, which they haven't been. If you've noticed, it's all been a threat to tariffs for the most part. A couple of them might have started March 1st, but they're threats or in 30 days or down the road. The rest of the world may over time begin to decrease its reliance on U.S. markets and also increase their own defense spending. Under such a scenario, what are the incentives for the rest of the world to sign the Maralago Accord? Exactly. And that's what Trump is doing right now. If they don't, the incentive is that we are the last standing currency here. We're the last ones on board. So if everything starts collapsing, it's going to be one after another, but we will be here until the end. So it just ends up crippling all the other countries. It hurts them way more than it hurts us. So I've been going down some rabbit holes lately trying to figure out like what exactly is going on here with this. Because it's hard to find information on it. But all the global leaders are on board for this monetary reset. Everywhere Trump's going, I guess he's had that relationship since 2017 with Space Force and him being the president of the military. I don't know exactly how it works, but basically Trump never technically lost power in certain things. So what I think they're doing is preparing, obviously, for the monetary reset. We've been talking about it forever. The new Bretton Woods agreement. And it doesn't come without huge ramifications. Now that, who would have thought in like 1933, when citizens were turning in their gold, that it would have been straight up robbery to them, that the second they turned it in, it was repriced higher. So they all got screwed. And then in 1971, our dollars are no longer backed by gold. You don't think they're going to cause something now that the petrodollar is done? It ended last year. Trump is in. This is priority number one, is to get everyone on board and get this new Bretton Woods agreement done. And what I think is going to happen is they're going to do some sort of false flag, a cyber attack, a drone attack, and blame it on, we all know who: China, Russia, Iran. Yep, it was Iran, Iraq, the Saudis. And then Elon, he just got hacked allegedly by Ukraine. X did that. Or they came after X. I don't know if they just masked the IP address to look like Ukraine, but that happened. So Elon now has a reason to become proactive at solving this problem. So what I think is, some kind of alien AI invasion, and they're going to end up hacking Wall Street or hacking the Fed or hacking the bank, something crazy where it's going to shut down. Global liquidity is going to freeze up. I thought it was going to happen with Tether kind of collapsing, but it looks to me that Tether is way more important behind the scenes than we're led to believe. So they can take that debt, put it over. I don't know. I just don't see how we get out of this Japan problem. It all starts there. They're going to put their CBDC out this year, and that's going to launch Ripple and XRP in the banking systems. And once that happens, everybody else jumps on board. So I don't know. They're auditing Fort Knox. Are they really going to do that? I don't see how it's possible. So the end of this is to get gold revalued and back to new crypto, new dollar with that gold. And we're at 3,000 an ounce now. So if we have all the gold, they're going to probably say it's there. And then at market price, we now just found $1 trillion. And yeah, exactly. Christopher agreed. I want to know who he talks to, like on the inside, like where he gets this from, because he's one of the ones that is on top of a lot of this. But I don't think it's going to be Bitcoin though. They're using Bitcoin right now because it's number one. But what if Bitcoin got passed and it was number two? Would everyone be freaking out to put Bitcoin in there when now it's a race to the bottom? Like, I don't think so. I think this is all a distraction to liquidate Michael Saylor and get him gone again. That was his role in the .com bubble, was to blow it up. And I think that's his role again. But they need another pandemic where they can now throw everything out the window and have an emergency where that gives Trump the authority to do whatever he wants, with his emergency actions. And that's the perfect time to create the crisis. The global liquidity freezes. No one can move anything. And then Warren Buffett's sitting here with his billions and billions of dollars in cash, ready to save the day. And then they have on-demand liquidity ready to go. And all the banks are using it. 200 banks are publicly came out, said they're using XRP. It's good. And there's 1,700 that signed NDAs that was publicly released in court documents. So the thing that is wild, guys, is these century bonds. So Trump, like I was saying, our biggest problem is our debt. It has to get refinanced at lower rates. It has to. And what a better way than to now issue a new 100-year bond at like 1% interest, super, super low interest, 100-year bond. And now everyone's on board. Rates come down, the dollar starts dropping, and now we can refinance at like 2%, which saves God knows how much money. So I think that's what this is all about. And you're starting to see the push towards blockchain, and they're not just saying Bitcoin now, they're saying Bitcoin and blockchain technologies. But we'll see how this plays out. Is it going to be a digital dollar that's backed by gold and other cryptos, by gold and other commodities? I don't know. But there has to be a new digital dollar that they can value these cryptos to where it's not just falling off a cliff, where you can't just print and print and print with nothing backing it. If you want to print new digital dollars, there has to be new assets backing them. And then also with gold at $1 trillion, I'm sure there's a way that they can monetize that and borrow against the gold. That's what I think they're doing. And then universal basic income, I've been talking about that for a while, how it's inevitable. What AI is going to take over so many jobs when you have accountants and marketing agencies, attorneys. I mean, so many people are going to be out of a job. And crypto is the perfect asset class to inflate. When they have a crisis, they have to inflate something. It's been real estate in the past. It's been gold in the past. They can't do that anymore. It has to be crypto, and it makes sense. You pump crypto up super high, and you get every American wishing they were in crypto early. Oh, we missed out. And then you get them slowly into it over the next couple of years. And now you're off cash. Elon's Starlink plays a role in it with providing internet to everybody. And man, you could see it if, just being here every day and seeing what other people think, reading reports that come out. You just start putting dots together. And it just makes sense that this is what is going on. I think HBAR, XLM, XRP, Chainlink. I think Flare's American. Clearpool, Ondo. There's so many coins that are going to they're going to run so hard this cycle. And I've been begging family members that have money in pensions and traditional 401ks, mutual funds, take 10% out of it and put it into XRP. Because if there's a 10% chance that things go bad, you need to be hedged. And that 10% is all you need to be saved. I really believe XRP is going to hundreds of dollars and then higher over the next 2 to 3 years, because it's all about moving value across these networks. And once you start tokenizing everything, you start issuing debt on chain, the money isn't going to leave these chains. So the volume and the amount locked on chain is what's going to dictate the prices of these. And when they're valued in an asset that's not hyper inflationary, you now can almost see why the Bank of International Settlements designated XRP and XLM as stable coins. Because once there's a lot of money and volume and assets on that chain, the prices are going to be stable. They're not going to fluctuate. And you can see exactly how right there. So, man, guys, the opportunities ahead of us for those that were patient and believed in this stuff. I just said, screw what everyone else is saying. I believe in this. I have the information, the research to back it up. Prove me wrong. And no one can. Nobody can. Yeah, I was wrong about Bitcoin's price. I didn't think it was going to get to 100K. But if we're actually buying 1 million Bitcoin over the next 10 years, then it's obviously going to an astronomical number. But I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. This was it here. The bill to buy 1 million Bitcoin. And then they buy the Bitcoin through raising new debt with these bit bonds, and it actually is a net positive to taxpayers. So there's ways of doing this, but Bitcoin is just so wasteful. I just don't see how that network's power isn't going to be needed for AI in the future. So I'm just not sold on Bitcoin. I'm going to be the one person saying it's not Bitcoin, it's distraction. And if I'm wrong, I'll come here and I'll eat my words and say I was wrong about Bitcoin. But I really don't think so. They all have cell phone. Exactly, bro. Exactly. And that's where all these cryptos started and ran all their pilots in Africa, where it was actually a huge problem. And if it works down there, it's going to work everywhere. It's Bitcoin just, unless the only thing though, Landscraper, is they can use it for like hydro and the geothermal mining, and with water, you can mine Bitcoin. So you can use natural ways to mine it, but is it worth it? Like when a supercomputer in 5 years can mine the rest of the Bitcoin in 2 days, like what is Bitcoin's value at that point? When Bitcoin gets passed by XRP or another coin and it's not number one and it's digital silver, are people going to have the same obsession with it? I just can't see that. I can't see that happening. I just think it's a distraction. And once this legislation comes out and the institutions are allowed to custody crypto, it's going to flood the markets. And that money's going to pour into American fundamentally sound cryptos that have a use case and a future and a plan to grow and scale. And in my opinion, it's just not Bitcoin. If they move Bitcoin over to Flare, and now you have, Flare Bitcoin, or you bridge it to XRP so you can use it on DeFi, I get it. But at that point, it's too late. So I'm sticking to it. I really believe Bitcoin is the trap. But, that's one thing I heard too. So the first 3,200 blocks in the XRP ledger's existence were removed from public history. And one interesting thing that I heard about it was the reason it was removed is because the transactions and the people involved early would give away who the creators of Bitcoin were and what coin was actually going to be used at scale. Is that true? Is it a rumor? I don't know. But just think about that for a second. If that's the reason you can't see the beginning of the XRP ledger, is because who was transacting and the ramifications of what that would have meant, they never could have pushed Bitcoin as this golden store value. It was all a scam. Not a scam, but all a distraction. Why do they want to wreck Sailor? It's not that. Michael Saylor is just a puppet. Jim Cramer, I don't know if this was the article, but one of the articles said Jim Cramer specifically stated Michael Saylor was responsible for the .com crash. So this guy in the .com era lost $6 billion in one day because he went so crazy. And you don't think what he's doing now is getting crazier and crazier? His not liquidation price, but his risk of defaulting, it starts to grow. So I just see this playing out once again. Like, it's the same guy. He came out of nowhere. He wasn't a bull early on in Bitcoin. He came in super late and was the reason that Bitcoin was pushed from like 20K to 100K purely because of him. I want to find the article. And the fact that Jim Cramer, here we go, right here. Jim Cramer, the CNBC host, pointed to the collapse of MicroStrategy as a catalyst for the dot-com bubble burst. The stock had tumbled 62% in a single day after MicroStrategy announced accounting mistakes, erasing $6 billion from his wealth, marking a prominent end to the high-flying days of the early internet. Does that not sound exactly like what he's doing now? He's over-leveraging and just going crazy. They then spent 2 decades mostly under Wall Street's radar. Not that he was suffering. MicroStrategy kept plugging away. Saylor lived in Miami Beach, Florida, in a mansion that looks like a Spanish colonial palace. He had painted cherubs on the foyer ceiling, gold paneling, and crimson red wallpaper in the dining room. A stage beyond the office library, stocked with guitars, drums, or whatever else a band might need. And a portrait of Saylor that looked like an old English sailor with laser eyes. You couldn't write a better script for him to blow it up again, bro. That's just the way the controllers work. They use certain people to push certain narratives. And I just feel like he's going to be the same catalyst. Here's a video regarding Michael as just a scammer. I believe it. Oh, I can't click on it here, but I'll have to go. Oh, there we go. Let me pull it up. All right, I got it. You know what? You should just watch it right now. I'm done. I got nothing else. We're going to just check this out. You guys want to hang? If not, smash that like button. And we'll see you maybe tomorrow. Big freedom drops real. Whoa.
Freedom. In this video today, we're going to be discussing and disproving much of the propaganda surrounding MicroStrategy and his company MSTR. Now, as of this week, late November 2024, Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy have been in headline news because Bitcoin is threatening to break above $100,000 and because options trading has recently become available on BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF, ticker IBIT. Bitcoin options have commenced since November 19th, and on November 18th, MicroStrategy acquired an additional 51,780 BTC for $4.6 billion at a price of $88,627 per BTC. Now, as of this most recent MicroStrategy Bitcoin purchase, MSTR holds, or hodls as they say, 331,200 BTC, acquired for $16.5 billion at an average price of $49,874 per Bitcoin. So there is immense
You know what just hit me too? Is instead of the US government having to go buy all the Bitcoin, when MicroStrategy goes under and defaults, they could just come in and scoop it up in bankruptcy or something like that. I didn't even think of that until just now.
Bitcoin news swarming through the internet as of late November 2024. BTC is threatening to break above 100K. Bitcoin options have recently become available on the iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF, managed by BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world, which manages $11.5 trillion worth of assets. And MicroStrategy is breaking records, holding 330,000 BTC. Now, to uneducated retail investors, those who may be new to the markets, this seems like incredibly bullish news, and it is bullish news. But the purpose of this video is to spot the top and give some major warning signs as to why we may be nearing a top, when that top could be, and how bad the upcoming crash may be. Right now, FOMO is ripping through markets white hot. Coinbase is on the top of the App Store, and MicroStrategy stock recently topped at $542 per share, which is up 3,631% since MicroStrategy's December 30th, 2022 bottom. The cryptocurrency market could not be more bullish right now, as digital assets are pricing in favorable regulations underneath the Trump presidency. Now, there is immense propaganda and misinformation spreading through markets right now because Trump and other propagandists, including Michael Saylor and Elon Musk, are filling the public with lies and misinformation. Much of what Trump said about Bitcoin and about cryptocurrencies before he got elected, this was propaganda simply to get the public on his side. The real regulations that Trump will release in 2025 will be the opposite of bullish for digital assets. Trump and Elon Musk are going to be the grim reaper for digital assets. They will collapse the cryptocurrency market. The regulations released by Trump will destroy Tether. And when Tether goes insolvent, this will collapse Bitcoin Core to under $10,000 and over 95% drop from current prices. This will erase Ethereum's price and all altcoins that are tethered on global cryptocurrency exchanges paired with the USDT liquidity. The vast majority, over 99% of altcoins, will collapse negative 99% in price. Although global retail cryptocurrency investors believe that BTC is going to rise well above $100,000 with no correction, all the way up to above 250K and 500K, which are common predictions told by Wall Street institutions. This will not happen anytime soon, and it will not happen without a massive correction, without seeing the destruction of Tether first. So with this video, I'm going to disprove immense propaganda that's being told by Trump and by Michael Saylor. And I'm doing this with love because I don't want to see anyone lose their life savings in these brutal cryptocurrency markets. We need to understand that in these markets, there are wolves known as the Wall Street institutions, corporations, and governments. The way that these organizations make money is by telling lies to the public and then trading against retail investors who believe these lies. One of these lies is that BTC will rapidly increase above $100,000 without a major correction. I'm telling you with extreme confidence that BTC will not make it much higher above 100K without first collapsing negative 95%. Because the offshore, illegal, criminally funded stablecoin known as Tether must be destroyed for BTC to ever become a credible currency. As well, BTC cannot be used as a reserve credible currency with its current blockchain technological organization. For BTC to sustainably grow above $100,000, major improvements must happen to both the Bitcoin Core protocol as well as to global cryptocurrency markets. To put it simply, BTC must improve its code to expand beyond a 7 transaction per second throughput, meaning that BTC must improve its block size if it wants to be used as a currency. Secondly, BTC must increase its total coin supply. If BTC does not increase its total coin supply beyond its current 21 million hard cap, then the Bitcoin Core network will experience major problems paying out its mining network as it moves to the 2028 and 2032 halvings. And lastly, for BTC to become a credible currency used throughout the world, it needs to relinquish its connection to Tether, which is a criminal organization commonly used by the Mexican cartel and other organized crime throughout the world. These 3 things need to happen, and currently they haven't happened yet. Therefore, BTC is currently very extended, overvalued at its current $97,000 price. So although the media, Donald Trump, Michael Saylor, and many other Wall Street institutions and corporations are telling the public that Bitcoin is currently at a fair or even undervalued price, this is incorrect. They are telling the public this precisely to lie so that their Wall Street insider friends can short the top and make money while retail holders keep hodling all the way down to $5,000 per BTC. This is the propaganda I'm trying to disprove with this video, and it's the main focus of the BitFreedom channel. So without further ado, let's look more in depth at MSDR and Michael Saylor's recent movements. Now, to put it bluntly, Michael Saylor is a geopolitical propagandist. He is not a real CEO, and I don't believe that Michael Saylor is even his real birth name. Michael Saylor is an insider whose job is to hop on the news and tell lies to retail investors. I'm saying this because he already did this successfully during the .com bubble.
I like this kid. He's spot on. Any of you guys don't believe what he just said? It's 100% the truth. You might say, oh, Adam, you're crazy. There's no way. Oh, come on, guys. I promise you. I was in commercial real estate for 11 years. I got out of it in 2019. And being involved in the business world every day, you get sucked into that to where you will never be able, it puts blinders on you. It took me 5 years of being outside the working world every day to be able to see these things. When people would tell me stuff like that, I promise you it's true. Michael Saylor is not just a normal person. I would be shocked if he wasn't on the CIA's payroll. Shocked.
in the late 90s and early 2000s. During the dot-com bubble, MicroStrategy stock increased from about $6 in 1999. It increased 5,543% to top at approximately $333 in March 2000. This was a parabolic run-up, upon which MSTR immediately collapsed negative 99.9% and then remained stagnant for about 20 years. During the late 90s dot-com bubble, Michael Saylor was on the news, scamming the public, being a propagandist, being a fraudster, and convincing large influxes of investors to invest in his MSTR stock, causing his stock to increase 5,500% and then collapse negative 99.99%. So everyone who invested in MSTR in the late 90s lost everything, their entire investment. Now today, Michael Saylor is doing the exact same thing. So we should all be very cautious of what this guy says on the news. We shouldn't believe anything he says. Michael Saylor, I equivalently call him Michael Scammer. So right now, as of late November 2024, Michael Saylor is up to his same shenanigans and his stock is doing the same movements as the previous dot-com bubble. Currently, right now, with the growth of cryptocurrencies and the birth of CBDCs on the horizon, we are seeing the birth of the quantum internet, as opposed to the electromagnetic internet that was born in the late 90s. Now, for the quantum internet to be born, we must first see Wall Street speculation over the course of multiple years, which we are already seeing. We are nearing the top of this as BTC is reaching $100,000. Then, necessarily, this speculation must pop and collapse negative 99%. Upon this liquidity collapse, this will then open up sufficient market space to allow for the regulated assets to rise from the ashes. This is the way it went during the dot-com bubble. This is the way it's going to go during the quantum bubble and the birth of the quantum financial system beyond 2025. Trump and Elon are the chosen politician and CEO that will collapse the quantum speculation and then birth the new companies and new regulated assets that will create the quantum financial system. This is what I see on the horizon, and I spoke about it in depth in my previous video. Now, regarding MicroStrategy's stock, if
Well, that's where I'm gonna push back. From people that I talk to and I look up to, the whole quantum financial system thing, it's all just a crock of shit. Don't believe any of it. The stuff with like quantum entanglement, yes, that stuff is real. But as far as the quantum computing stuff, it's all pretty much here from what I'm told. And it's not released to the public. So don't worry about the quantum stuff. It's going to be used as fear porn. They already have the solutions, I'm sure.
MicroStrategy is to trade exactly similar to its movement during the dot-com bubble, then we should see MicroStrategy increase 5,500% from its late December 2022 bottom. If MicroStrategy is to increase this much again, then this will bring the MSTR share price to over $700 per share. So to recap, we know that Michael Saylor is a scammer and a propagandist. We know that he is lying. And we know that the secret agenda is to blow up MSTR and collapse it negative 99%. As investors, we need to take the black pill and realize this. Bitcoin is likely going to increase beyond 100K in the coming weeks. MicroStrategy may increase even higher than its current all-time high of $542 per share. This does not mean that these assets can increase into infinity without a correction. Eventually, the correction is going to occur. Therefore, as investors looking to make a profit in these rigged markets, it's in our best interest to determine our best guess of where this top could be. So to predict the top, I present two scenarios. The first scenario is that Tether explodes on December 30th, 2024. On 12/30/2024, we will see the enactment of the second round of the EU's MiCA stablecoin regulation. This may or may not destroy Tether. In my intuition, I believe that Tether will be able to keep crawling ahead beyond this date. I think that the Ponzi scheme will keep going beyond December 30th because Wall Street, corporations, and governments really want to fatten the pig and get as many retail investors as possible into the incorrect altcoins, including BTC, Ethereum, Solana, and all altcoins that are tied to Tether on global cryptocurrency exchanges. Any coin or token that is paired with USDT liquidity is at risk of collapsing negative 99%. So that's scenario number one, that Tether could explode on December 30th, although I don't expect it will. Scenario number two, which is in my opinion the more likely scenario, is that Tether survives beyond the MiCA stablecoin regulation, and the cryptocurrency market is able to keep chugging along forward until April to May 2025. And I believe it will be Trump releasing regulation that we have not heard of yet, regulation that is likely tied into Project 2025. And Tether will die exactly when the vast majority of cryptocurrency investors believe that they are truly riding off into the sunset and that a correction will be impossible. Because right now, as of late November, as we're nearing the MiCA stablecoin regulation, as Bitcoin is reaching its $100,000 psychological barrier, we're seeing a lot of bears step forward ready to short the markets. Because truly, MSTR, as of right now, looks exactly similar to its top during the dot-com bubble. And $100,000 per BTC seems like a perfect price for BTC to be at for when Tether explodes and destroys the whole market. But truly, I believe that the bears are going to have to wait a little bit longer, a few months more. The pig needs to get a little bit fatter. Retail investors need to get even more into altcoins. Altcoin season needs to be white hot for a good 4 months. And then that's when Trump can pull the rug out from under all crypto investors and destroy the entire market. So I believe that BTC can get even more extended beyond 100K and ultimately top somewhere between $110,000 to $125,000. And I believe that MSTR can go even higher than where it is now, topping somewhere above $700 per share, upon which then it will be time to get aggressively short these assets. Now, moving forward, to conclude this video and disprove Michael Saylor's propaganda and make accurate predictions about MicroStrategy, I'm going to share the liquidation price that BTC must reach to cause MicroStrategy to experience financial restructuring or possible bankruptcy. Now, because Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy bought such an enormous amount of Bitcoin with debt, this means that if BTC drops to a sufficient price, then MicroStrategy's Bitcoin holdings will fall below the value of the debt that MSTR has credited. So let's go over this calculation. As of November 23rd, 2024, MicroStrategy holds 331,200 Bitcoin. This amounts to a total Bitcoin investment of $16.5 billion. The debt that MicroStrategy took out to buy this Bitcoin is approximately $4 billion. So put simply, MicroStrategy used $4 billion of debt to buy 330,000 Bitcoin, which is currently worth $16.5 billion. So right now, it looks like Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy are king chess players playing 5D chess and took out a relatively small amount of debt to buy a rapidly appreciating asset, Bitcoin, that is now worth significantly more than MicroStrategy's debt. But because Bitcoin is so volatile, because Tether is a nuclear bomb waiting to explode, and because Michael Saylor is truthfully a geopolitical propagandist whose ultimate goal is precisely to blow up MicroStrategy, the only purpose of his company is to exist so that Wall Street investors can long and short the company and make money off of crazy excessive volatile swings. Because of all this, it's highly likely that MicroStrategy's Bitcoin standard is not going to work out at all, and it's going to lead to financial restructuring for the company or possible bankruptcy. Now, the liquidation price, the price that BTC must reach in order for MicroStrategy's Bitcoin holdings to fall below its debt owed, is $12,000 per BTC. According to ChatGPT, for MicroStrategy to go bankrupt, Bitcoin must fall below $12,000 per Bitcoin, which would cause the total value of its Bitcoin holdings to dip below the company's $4 billion debt. If Bitcoin drops even lower, say to $10,000, then the risk of bankruptcy or major financial restructuring becomes much higher for MicroStrategy. I believe this is on the table and even inevitable to occur in 2025, and Trump is going to be the one to kill MicroStrategy to cause the biggest Bitcoin crash in history, so as to open up market space for United States CBDCs. This is on the table, and I believe this is going to happen sooner than most expect in April to May 2025. Now, regarding Tether, if Tether were to be declared illegal and insolvent, erasing over $120 billion worth of liquidity, this would cause Bitcoin to experience a sharp price decline, potentially to $15,000 or lower, with a worst-case scenario of dropping as low as $5,000. So according to ChatGPT, which gives unbiased calculations, if Tether is to collapse and go insolvent and be declared illegal, then this will drop Bitcoin minus over 90% to between 15K to 5K. Now, with MicroStrategy's liquidation price at 12K, this means that if Tether collapses, then MicroStrategy goes with it. That's what's on the table as we move forward to the Great Reset, as we move forward into the quantum financial system. We've already seen this market dynamic happen during the dot-com bubble. Therefore, the only winners of the quantum bubble will be those who have learned from the past. Michael Saylor was a propagandist and a fraudulent scammer in the past during the dot-com bubble, and he is doing it again today. Everything that Michael Saylor says on his podcast are lies. He does not work for the benefit of retail investors, although he pretends to. In reality, Michael Saylor is funded by investors that I can't reveal on YouTube without getting banned. So that's the video today, folks. Major information covered here. The main purpose is to not trust Michael Saylor whatsoever. Don't trust Wall Street at all. Much of the information that is shared in social media channels and in mainstream financial media news is incorrect. To trade these markets profitably, we need to understand and see through the lies. So if this video helped anyone out there, if you appreciate the
Good stuff. Good stuff. I like this kid. I mean, I like it. And he's only got 900 exactly. Putting out a video like that, you're gonna kill your subscribers. Like, I guarantee you, this video here now gets me shadow banned again. I just got people telling me, "Oh, your notifications are working again." I'm getting notifications, and I bet you that's going away really soon. But oh well, that's good stuff. God, I've been telling you, Michael Saylor is a fraud. Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme backed by Tether, but they have so much of debt that you can make a good argument. And now I see what's going to happen is all the corporations are going to have stable coins in the United States. And if they need to, they will absolve all of it. Oh, so we're starting the day. I knew it. Yeah, this might be the time to take profits. Maybe time to. I just feel like we're coming down one more level. People need to feel like it's over. And I don't think we're quite there yet. I hope we are, because I don't want to wake up a day next week and see everything's down another 25%, because it's starting to get painful. I mean, I'm not going to lie. When you just wake up and you're down thousands and thousands of dollars a day, it just does not feel good whatsoever. Renders making a move, some PRC 20s. Layer AI, guys, this might be something to keep your eye out. Holy shit, volume's up to 200K. Wow. All right, look at Layer AI. We bought this thing back at we bought it in February, March of 2024. So that was like back in here. I bought it at 4.5 cents, wherever that was, back here. 4.5 cents, and then down here, like when it hit 1.5 cents, I thought it could never go lower. So I bought more here, and then again down in here. I'm up to like 25,000 coins. I don't even know how much it's worth now. Probably not even $200, but I just feel like that XRP news, man, something about it. Like this is way more volume than they've had in the last 6 months. And I just have a feeling Layer AI got rid of 4 weeks of dumping in a day. Nice. Yeah, I like that. But the thing that makes that I'm nervous about is I can't find anything publicly about the XRP ledger. Nothing. I don't see anything about integrations to XRP. Layer AI is now bringing an on-chain wallet to buy Layer AI tokens on DEXs. No way. These tokens will be removed from the spot market and circulation. The time. Oh wow, guys, look into Layer AI. I got it on Binance. So if you have MetaMask and you have Binance on there, you just go to Binance right here and you can just freaking swap right in here if you want. It's super easy. I wonder if they have it in here. Layer AI right in there. Boom. Or if you want, you can go to PancakeSwap.finance. They probably get a little better rate. But just even $100 worth, $50 worth, whatever you can afford. I have my bag. I have it staked. So, I mean, there's really nothing else to really do. But that could be something to look out for. Watch this on your own time. It's an hour long. It's juicy. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. This is the same kid? No, innovation markets. Why I believe in alt season. I believe alt season is coming. Oh, whoa, that was loud. As soon as ETH moves. My bottom is March 24th, March 25th. So 10 days from now. I think this is just a relief rally, and I think we're coming down one more leg. I hope not, though. Let's look at BD. So let's look at the BD coin. Actually, you know what? I'm going to look at XRP BTC. Oh, I'm putting the slashes in there. Okay, that's why. That's why. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's looking great. That's looking good. I mean, I would not want to be holding Bitcoin against this chart. That much I could definitely tell you. Look at that. I mean, sheesh. This thing went down for 5-6 years. It went to, let's see. So from like 2018, yeah. Wow. 4 or 5 years. But you know what Ivan said today? That was also what kitty cat or cat's making you don't know what he wants, but so IOTA. You know what Ivan said today? That he was like, you know what? That's a really good point. IOTA is back now. They signed a huge deal in Dubai to be a part of all of their like robotics and their driverless stuff. All communication between AIs is basically done with IOTA's Oracle. And it takes that long to build this type of tech, to pilot it for years, get it trialed. And now the industry has caught up to the technology, but all the coins are out. There's nothing else to just crush the market with. And I've been hearing about IOTA for a couple of years that, dude, don't overlook it. Don't overlook it. Don't sleep on it. And I wish I bought some down here at 10 cents. But now we got it at under 20. And I think the sky's the limit for IOTA. It's got a great future, but you're going to start to see a big shift in these dinosaur projects. It's actually going to be a bullish thing because they don't have any major unlocks coming. So IOTA is going to play a big part in this stuff. But man, Cubic, yeah, you know it, Camel Joe. It's been blowing up on Twitter. I see it all over now. Cubic has the potential to reach top 10 crypto projects. I think so too. Yeah, this is what is. Oh, this is unbelievable right here. That's a great tweet. Fade it, Anon. IOTA did 6,150 X's. NXT did 5,008. At its current price, needs this many X's to be in the top 1 ROI, top 2, 952. Will CFB's third project generate this kind of ROI? So say we can do 25% of these and we do like 1,000X. I'm pretty dang happy. But he was the founder of IOTA. And now it's just starting to get its shine. Yeah, where do you stake your Cubic, bro? Because I have the wallet. I don't have the I have mine on my cell phone. I have the app. But I don't know how to can you stake it without holding it on the website? Oh well. I'm just happy that they have staking, to be honest with you. And this website looks way better now in the ecosystem. They got all these new dApps that are coming. Man, guys, Cubic is looking so good. They even got a meme coin. No way. That's funny. Where do you buy it? Oh, on Safe Trade. So it's probably on Trade Ogre too. What the hell's the ticker though? CFB. Let's see if it's on deck screen here. Nope. Computer fart. Grokster. There's junk that's pumping. It's so funny. Well, I'm not touching this meme coin, but yeah. 420 billion, 690 million total supply. I don't know. I mean, I get why they have it. It's fun. It's cool. But it ain't for me. Not for me. I'll stay away. I'll just figure out how to stake my cubic and I'll be happy. But yeah, Layer AI looking bullish. Why does the website have the XRP thing coming to XRP? But why is there nothing on Twitter? That's the one thing I'm nervous about. Why is there nothing, not a mention of it anywhere? Oh, here we go. The LAI decided to scam their users, it seems. They changed their website to say coming to XRP instead of coming to AI agents and kept the speculation going on without any official comments on this change, with a long position before the change. I am short Layer AI. That's my worry. That's what I've been saying. I mean, it's down so far. Like, why? I just don't feel like that's what they're doing. I don't know. Maybe they're saving it for an announcement. Who the hell knows? But you think if they put it on the website, they would put it on the Twitter. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, well, it is what it is. You know, this is a lottery ticket. This is my DGen play right here. And I'm good with it. If it goes to zero, cool. I lost a couple $100. If not, awesome. There's a narrative behind it. AI will start running in any shitcoin runs. So let's check out one last thing on Pulse Chain. So you guys got any comments, any questions? Whitney, what she's public. So solution is Vibreville. She believes in personal responsibility, autonomy, and building sustainable communities. Yep. She gets it then. Yep. I think the carbon credit thing, I think it's starting to phase out. I think that was more of the leaders that were in power pre-Trump. I think the woke thing is starting to, the woke and the green stuff is starting to go away. But I don't know. I still hold my Dovu and it's still doing good, paying great rewards. And I like it. So, you know, when I bought it years ago and I'm just holding it, staking it. So, you know, it subs out of my hand now. But the Twitter is good. They constantly have tons of updates. People follow it. You know, they're very active on here. So, I mean, it's all you can really ask for. But I hold Dovu and Hashpack because the rewards are good and I just sell those rewards for more saucer swap and then stake that, and my rewards are even more. So it's all just little wins, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. I'll make a stack a bag onto the next, pack your bag onto the next, pack your bag onto the next. That seems to be a very good strategy that's worked for many other people out here. Wrap Bitcoin plummeting now. Let's get in that 1 minute. We were up to 500, dropping down to 490 now. It's all right, guys. Don't. This is all short-term noise. This is all short-term noise. Probably still part of a big shakeout. They want people getting all excited, FOMOing back in. XRP up 50%. Yeah, I'm selling my bag right now, putting it into stables. Anything moves 50%, you dump it immediately and then buy back in. I have like $110 or something. But man, guys, bro, the remember rewards for Pulse Chain are disgusting. I had 100,000 in my wallet the other day, and now I have 319,000. Look at this. 17 minutes ago, 3,000 pulse. 59 minutes ago, 3,100 pulse. An hour 39 ago, 2,800 pulse. Oh, some Finvesta. 2 hours, 18 minutes ago, 2,700 pulse. 2 hours, 58 minutes ago, 2,900. So what's that? 55, 85, 11. Say 15,000 pulse in 3 hours. So times that by 8, I'm like 125,000 pulse chain per day. And my bag is peanuts. I'm a pleb. My bag is worth $347. So, good golly. So now it's time to take my Finvesta right there and swap it for more. I mean, the Misor is giving me that, but I don't care. I want more. The Pulse Chain rewards are where it's at. So there we go. That puts me over 20 bill. What's it? 5%? Bang. There we go. So that's what I'm doing right there. The payouts come, but I'm saving the wrap Bitcoin. I don't want to get rid of that. I want to keep that. And so now with even the Pulse Chain. So now I have 300,000 in here. What is it? Dominance. So I could take half of them and buy 4.2 dominance tokens now, which these things were at like 350 last week. So that would have been like, I would have been able to get like 1.3 of them. So now add on to it. This is how you win. This is how you win as a little pleb. I was too scared to sell all my UFO and put it into Remember. I put it into Dominance and collect the rewards. Too much of a pussy. But these are easy ways right here. Collect 100-something thousand pulse a day. So that's almost 1 million a week. So if I keep it for the next year, 50 million pulse. I mean, I doubt the volume will stay up, but I'm going to keep adding to my bag. So I don't have, so the volume can come back down. Where are we at? Volume 913K. Jeez, that's crazy. Like Finvesta's crushing right now. It keeps me from doing dumb things. I just look at my rewards and I'm happy. I don't have to look at the price. And I'm sure it don't work for everyone, but keep gas money on your radar. It's paying pulse rewards more and faster. Is it better than Remember? I haven't even heard about this one. Jesus. Gas money. Let's look up gas. There we go. Passing gas. There it is. No, that didn't hit. Gas money. There we go. Watch list. Was this? Oh shit! This thing just came out. All right, never mind. Yeah. So there's the pump. Run up. So what are we gonna have? One more run up, and then we drop 80% and chop sideways, or was this the dip right here? I feel like that there's no way that's not the dip. 47, no way. We need an 85% dump. Volume not 910K. Damn, this shit is this part of Finvesta too? Yep, it is. God damn. All right. Only got 287 P dot left. Man, I don't have anything to swap out. I'm out. Should I sell some Alien or Enki? No. UFO. There we go. All right. Where was that gas money one? What's the tax on it? Nothing. Nice. All right. So what I'm doing now is selling my UFO rewards because I have 300 million. I've earned 273,000. So I can get myself $9 worth. Hey, I'll take it. It's $9, you know? I'll take it. Yeah, bro, I'm here for the tech too. And I heard people at the Pulse Chain conference that said they're here for the tech got laughed at, which is fucked up. We're all here for the tech. All right, let's see PTGC. What I got? Oh, only 8,000. That's nothing. Oh man, I'm a pleb. $3 worth. All right. All right, we balling now. We got some gas. We got some gas money. I think that's it. I think I'm out of interest to sell. I got a little Atropa, a little ink. No, not selling that. You know what? I got enough wrap Bitcoin. $43 worth. Oh, that's just still pending, really? Why is this? I hate the gas with this shit. Every time I do this. I swear it happens all the time. But man, gas money, let's go. I just feel like this is going to come back down here to like 0.0098. So if you get in now, start selling your Pulse rewards and buying back in. Or no, save them for 5 days, 6 days from now when it's down here. Well, that's why I'm going to DCA in. So I'm not going to go crazy. Now my transaction's friggin' stuck here anyway, so I'm not going to be able to do anything. So it's really funny. I know, bro. It's because want to know why? Honestly, because it's easy for XDC, then to go to Optimism, then to go to Linnea, then to go to Binance, then to go to Polygon. I mean, I have money on so many different chains, and it's just easy on my computer, and I just don't. I don't have a reason to change it. All right, this is so funny. I got a transaction freaking frozen. But yeah, I'm still using MetaMask. I ain't changing. I got Internet Money Wallet on my phone, but so can I? Does it work good on Macs? And like when the other problem too is with Rabby, was say I need to go to like I don't know, Hedron or Icosa. Can I connect with Rabby Wallet to all these different sites? Because that was the reason I used MetaMask. Was because the other wallets were hard to connect to all the dApps with like Layer AI and all these different coins, staking them. It's just easier to use MetaMask, to be honest. Your gas to instant. I'm on faster than instant. I'm on It is. Like I just did a bunch of swaps, and then all of a sudden one just got can't. Well, this just happens. But it's not saving them. Any app that connects, really. All right. Well, I might have to make a move, but I just know with MetaMask, we're gonna be able to like hook up a bank account. Right? They're all gonna come to all. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, I got to get off MetaMask. You're right. I'm fighting a losing argument here, trying to fight for MetaMask. But all right, well, my dumbass tries to figure out how to get my pending transaction unfrozen. I'm out of here. Smash that like button. 131 of you in here right now. Subscribe if you're not. Otherwise, you're getting blocked.